For decades, people around the world have documented unexplained phenomena. And now these sites are getting out of control. In today's video, we will watch some of the strangest moments that are the hardest to believe. On April 28, 2025, a man was about to leave a parking lot when something strange stopped him. He saw a glowing white orb floating behind a car and rose into a straight light before vanishing. Before he could make sense of what it was, another orb appeared, brighter, flashing like lightning. Smoke rose as it shifted into a metallic ball, glowing red and rolling across the ground. An instant thought crossed his mind. Maybe he had just seen a UFO, one that had malfunctioned and was now sending signals into space for help. Now he says, if you see an orb, don't ignore it. It might not stay an orb for long, but a UFO. Sea portal. A tourist staying at a beachside hotel stood on the roof, casually recording the sea. That's when he noticed some odd ripples forming in one fixed spot, over and over again. It wasn't the wind or a boat. He kept recording, thinking a sea creature might surface, but nothing ever did. The water just kept circling. The longer he watched, the stranger it felt. To him, it looked like some kind of portal, or a ring opening deep within the sea. Whatever it was, it wasn't normal. And now he wonders, maybe some gateways really do open where we least expect. Skywatcher. Beachgoers were enjoying the waves when something strange appeared in the sky. A glowing, saucer-shaped object hovered silently above the water. It didn't move like a drone or plane. It just stayed in one spot, almost like it was watching them. Its shape and glow made some believe it was a UFO. Some started to wonder, was it sent on a mission, or could there be a hidden base under the ocean? The idea might sound wild, but the sight was real. One thing was certain. That day at the beach quickly turned into a scene no one there would forget. Signal beam.
What the heck? What is that?
In Vancouver, Canada, people looked up and were shocked by what they saw. Strange lights appeared in the clouds, not from any airplane, but something clearly hiding up there. The lights began shifting colors, then turned into a bright, colorful beam scanning the sky. It didn't feel natural. Many believed it was an advanced extraterrestrial phenomenon. Maybe a UFO was sending warnings or messages to humans that we should be ready to witness what many have feared: alien beings arriving.
Oh my god.
Cloud passage. A local went out for a walk when he stumbled upon an odd sight in the sky. Among the regular clouds, one round cloud stood out. It gave off a strange, bright light. It didn't look like a storm. Moments later, glowing orbs started appearing from behind the other clouds and floated toward it. Then, just like that, everything vanished behind a house. It felt like the cloud wasn't just a cloud, but maybe a hidden passage. Maybe the orbs were cloaked UFOs, responding to that strange flash. He couldn't believe what he had just seen. The sky returned to normal, but he couldn't understand what he had witnessed. Hidden light. Something unusual was glowing in the sky. Not the moon, not a star, but something else entirely. A man noticed it while walking alone. The light didn't blink like a plane, and no drone was nearby. It stayed still, almost hidden behind thin clouds. To him, it felt like a portal opening high above, or maybe a craft from another world silently watching. He waited, hoping to see more, but nothing else happened. Just that strange glow, holding its place in the night sky. It eventually faded, but the feeling stayed with him. And deep down, he believed it would return when no one expected it. Blue streak. Vancouver turned into the center of attention after a strange light appeared in the sky. A bright blue streak shot down from above, and right after that, a glow lit up inside the clouds. People began noticing something hidden there. It wasn't just one person, many saw it. Later, a small orb appeared, glowing faintly, but soon, it grew into a ball of lightning, glowing brighter with every second. Then came the twist. At the end, the glowing mass shaped into a giant plus sign, lighting up the sky. No one could explain it, but many believed it wasn't just light. It could be a UFO on a mission. Maybe they finally reached. But the question is, are we ready to confront them? Frozen branch. A tourist stopped by a quiet forest road and noticed something odd above the trees. At first, it looked like nothing, but when she zoomed in with her camera, she was stunned. A tree branch was floating in midair. No wind, no wires, just hanging there like time had stopped. It didn't move an inch. She recorded it, trying to understand what she was seeing. Some nearby leaves rustled, but the branch remained still, suspended like it was controlled by an unseen force. To her, it felt unreal, like magic, or even something darker. Maybe it was tied to a spirit in the woods, or a glitch in reality we weren't meant to notice. Sky signal. Witnesses along the coast were stunned to see a huge, thick blue light stretching from the sky down to the ocean. A thin beam of light shot back up into the sky, flickering as it moved. It looked like a streak coming straight from the heavens. Some thought it was a message from above. Many speculated it could be light from a UFO or some other mysterious source. Whatever it was, it left people questioning what they had just seen. Watch closely and decide for yourself what this strange phenomenon might be. Silent sphere.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. That is not the sunset.
A strange atmospheric phenomenon was recorded in Sedona, Arizona on August 13th, 2024. Tourists were enjoying the scenic mountain views when they saw a large, orange-colored sphere floating just above a mountain peak. At first, they assumed it was the sun, but it wasn't, because the real sun was clearly visible on the other side. So what was this glowing orb? Many began to speculate it could have been a UFO, maybe using the mountains as a hidden base. After all, remote peaks offer the perfect cover for something not meant to be seen.
Unbelievable. This is not a rainbow, it's a light bow.
Stream glow. On March 28, 2024, near a town in the Dominican Republic, a strange orange light appeared over a stream. People gathered, curious to see what it was. One person even tried poking it with sticks to make it move or disappear. The light was round and glowing, almost like a sphere. Some thought it could be a portal, while others believed it might be an alien craft hiding nearby. Before anyone could get a clear video, the light vanished, leaving everyone puzzled and the mystery unsolved. Glowing rope. In North America, something unusual lit up the sky. Not stars, not the moon, but a glowing red rope. It moved slowly, almost like it was alive, then shaped itself into a perfect ring. A floating ring in the sky. Unbelievable, yet real. It didn't flash or disappear quickly. It just hovered there, glowing. Some believed it could be a portal or a gateway for otherworldly travelers. Strangely, nothing came out of it. No UFOs, no noise, just the eerie silence of the red ring. But maybe the ring itself was the message. A quiet reminder that the skies above still hold secrets we're not ready to understand. Flight watchers. On January 5th, 2025 in New York, a man was stargazing when a shocking sight caught his eye. He saw 3 strange flying objects in the sky with blinking lights. They just hovered in one spot, not moving at all. As he looked closer, he realized they were near JFK Airport. Later that day, news broke that some airplanes had disappeared without explanation. He became convinced that those were UFOs and were responsible for the disappearances. But what was their mission? Were they studying our technology, or was something else going on? Hidden discs. In Cafayate, Argentina, on February 1st, 2025, people witnessed 2 disc-shaped clouds appear in the sky, shapes never seen before. What made it even more mysterious was that the rest of the sky was clear. The way those clouds hovered felt like they were secretly spying on humans. It wasn't just one sighting. Another driver on the road saw the same thing that day. The government said it was just a natural phenomenon, but those who saw it were convinced that these were cloaked UFOs trying to avoid being spotted. Phantom pipe. A bizarre incident took place near a roadside construction site. Workers were busy around many pipes, but one pipe started acting strangely. It began swaying in the dust, moving wildly without anyone touching it. Some workers believed it was alive. They even called it a ghostly pipe. No one dared to go near it until it finally stopped on its own. But later, it was said that the wild movement happened because of strong underground water pressure. The trapped water caused the vibrations. Still, the way it moved made people believe there might be more to it than just pressure. Night flares. Some friends standing by the roadside were left stunned when unusual lights appeared in the night sky. At first, they thought it might be drones or fireworks, but they were wrong. These were small, glowing orbs, each leaving light flares behind, and there were too many to count. The way they moved together made it feel like a planned operation. Rumors suggested that they might be UFOs on a bigger mission. What that mission could be, no one knows. But UFO enthusiasts might want to dig into this before anything unexpected happens. Glowing depths. At Rappel Lake in Santiago, Chile on March 29, 2024, a visitor sitting in his car noticed an odd thing over the water. It was a yellowish-orange, fiery glow at one spot of the lake, just there, nowhere else. For a second, it looked like gold floating on the surface. Curious, he began recording it, but couldn't figure out what it really was. Some say it might have been a portal forming, or maybe some otherworldly craft hidden underneath releasing energy. But one thing's for sure, lakes like this may be hiding more than just water and sea beings. Eternal flame. In the United States, deep inside Chestnut Ridge Park, hikers came across something that didn't make sense. A small flame burning right inside a rock formation beneath a flowing stream. Water poured down over it, but the flame didn't go out. They pulled out their phones and started recording. There were no fire sources nearby, so how was this even possible? Maybe it had a symbolic meaning, maybe from an old temple or sacred site, but experts later explained it's an eternal flame. A natural gas leak seeps out from beneath the rocks, keeping the fire alive even underwater. Shifting sands. Just when you thought strange sightings were over, here's another one, straight from the desert. An Arab traveler noticed a bizarre bubbling in the sand. Not across the area, just one exact spot. The grains kept shifting like something was shifting beneath. He even placed bricks over it, hoping to stop whatever it was, but the bubbling didn't stop. It kept moving. It could have been a natural gas pocket reacting to underground heat. Others think it was more than that. Maybe a hidden portal had cracked open, disturbed after centuries of silence. Who knows what tried to rise? ground cloak.
ممكن حد يصدق أو ما حد يصدق إنها سحابة.
An Arab worker at a restricted research area noticed something strange on the ground. It looked like white foam, soft and thick, almost like a cloud had fallen. But clouds don't appear on the ground like that. As he stared, one patch slowly moved and stretched into a long shape.
الحين طلعت فوق.
He thought maybe it was just a chemical reaction from the facility, but others whispered about things hidden in plain sight. Maybe these weren't clouds at all, but cloaked objects like a UFO trying to blend in. He stepped back, but the image of that cloud-like shape shifting on solid ground stayed with him. Fish ritual. A visitor was walking along a stream when he noticed something unusual. Strange circles were forming around a single rock in the water. Curious, he stepped closer, and that's when he saw it. They were tiny fish, moving in perfect loops around the rock, almost like they were performing a ritual. It wasn't random. They stayed in pattern, swimming with purpose. Some say fish often gather like this during mating season to lay or protect eggs, but to him, it felt deeper, like they were guarding something hidden beneath that one rock. Smokegate. Just when it felt like the strange sightings had ended, another one shook a village. A local man looked up and saw a bizarre black smoky ring floating silently in the sky. It wasn't a cloud, nor smoke from a fire. It hovered still, as if waiting. It looked like a portal, maybe one linked to the past, or a hidden world above, or possibly a doorway to a UFO cloaked nearby. Just stayed there, silently watching, before slowly vanishing. If it was a portal, maybe next time, something might step out of it. But the man knew what he saw, and that moment stayed with him. Cloudcraft Presence.
El cielo.
Over Zamora City, Venezuela, a resident saw a sight that looked like it was from another world. Strange clouds formed a shape that looked like a huge saucer or a spaceship. Inside the clouds, flashes of lightning appeared and disappeared, unlike anything normal.
¿Cómo hace? Esto aquí en la roca.
It seemed like a UFO hiding in the sky, or some kind of extraterrestrial phenomenon happening right above the city. The man quickly recorded the strange sight and shared the video online. Now UFO enthusiasts and experts are studying the footage, trying to decode what it really was. Until then, people wait, watching the skies for more signs of the unknown.
Miren cómo se ve.
Sky Portal. Mountains are known for scenic views, but one tourist saw more than just stars that night. As he stepped out for stargazing, he noticed a blue glowing object in the sky. Around it, spiral-shaped lights started forming. And here's the twist. Small orbs began coming out of that spiral. He had never seen anything like it before. To him, it felt like a portal to outer space, and those orbs were likely UFOs making their way through. Given their advanced technology, this didn't seem impossible. Slowly, all the orbs entered, and the spiral faded into the sky. The portal vanished, but the mission now seemed to be in the hands of those UFOs. Golden Cloak. A clip recently became the talk of the town. On January 13th, 2025, over New York, people spotted a shiny golden sphere moving through the clouds. At first, many thought it was the sun, but it wasn't. The object floated silently, partly hidden, and never showed its full shape. Was it a UFO cloaking itself inside the clouds? Well, that's what it looked like. And maybe those clouds weren't just clouds. They could be a gateway, or something linked to the energy that powers these crafts. And the idea that they use clouds to disguise might not be just a theory anymore. Intercept Attempt. A leaked footage started circulating online, showing something strange in the deserted mountains. A white beam of light was seen, not falling like a meteorite, but flying like it had a mind of its own. Before anyone could guess what it was, several green streaks of light appeared, flashing one after another in its direction. The beam didn't stop. It kept moving fast. Rumors spread that those green streaks were military lasers trying to catch or deactivate the object. Many were convinced that the beam was an otherworldly craft that accidentally entered a restricted zone. Whatever it was, the military clearly didn't want it escaping without being tracked or stopped. Secret Spring. A strange incident took place with a mountaineer while he was exploring rocky hills. In the middle of a dry, deserted area, he saw water gushing out from a single rock on the ground. It wasn't a leak. It was flowing with strong pressure, like a fountain. The water looked clear and fresh, which made it even stranger. Some said it could be a hidden underground stream or a crack in the Earth's surface. But others believed the rock might be part of an ancient system, and the water was flowing from a world hidden deep beneath the ground. Sacred Spiral. At Chichen Itza in Mexico, a famous archaeological site, many tourists were taking photos when something strange caught their eyes. A long line of dust and smoke appeared from the sky, reaching all the way down to the site. It looked so unusual that some started calling it a dust devil. Turns out, it was actually a small whirlwind, something that can happen on hot, dry surfaces. Locals say it's natural, but when it shows up near a sacred place like this, it feels like more than just weather. Some believed it was a negative energy linked to that place. Dimensional Gate. In Sao Paulo, Brazil, on May 2nd, 2025, a group of friends noticed a strange line cutting through the clouds. Curious, they zoomed in with their phones, and what they saw wasn't just a cloud formation. It looked like a structure hiding above, barely visible, but casting a shadow on the clouds below. It didn't move like a plane or blend like a cloud. Some believe it was a cloaked UFO using the clouds for cover. Experts say such crafts can bend light to stay hidden. If that's true, Sao Paulo might have had visitors watching silently from above. Rod Glow. In Antofagasta, Chile, on March 22, 2025, a family was enjoying their time at the beach when one of them noticed something odd. A white, rod-like craft was silently floating in the air above the sea. It had strange glimmers moving across it, almost like they were shifting on purpose. The object didn't look like any known aircraft. Soon, rumors spread. It might be a UFO. And that glowing movement? It could be a key to opening a portal hidden deep in the ocean, waiting to be unlocked. Blue Visitor.
Oh shit, what is that?
Not every peaceful lake is what it seems, just like in April 2024, when a local at a lakeside in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, noticed a long blue object quietly hovering in the sky. It didn't make a sound. Then, slowly, it began to descend, gliding lower until it reached the lake. Just as it touched the surface, and then slowly rose up again. Was it a UFO? Well, it matched the description of one, and the lake, so calm and quiet, could be its hidden spot, or maybe even an entrance. The local quickly recorded the last few seconds, knowing no one would believe his UFO story without any proof. Aerial Mirage. A boat of fishermen was in the middle of the ocean, hoping for a big catch. But instead, they saw something totally unexpected. Strange clouds were floating low above the water, dark and oddly shaped, almost like boats in the sky. What made it even weirder were the bizarre lines hanging from the bottom of the clouds, stretching down to the sea. The sight was so unusual that no one could understand what it really was. Some later said it could be a Fata Morgana, a rare mirage, or maybe just a brief glimpse of otherworld crafts like UFOs hiding above us. If these were truly UFOs, then it was one of the clearest UFO sightings ever. Strange tides. Fishermen off the coast of Turkey came across a sight that didn't make sense to them. The ocean waves were forming strange, square-shaped patterns, stretching out as far as they could see. Waves don't usually behave like that, so they quickly left the area. Later, after looking into it, they found out that this happens when two sets of wave systems cross each other at nearly right angles. That's what creates the grid-like pattern on the sea's surface. But maybe it was linked to something hidden deep below, an ancient extraterrestrial technology that leaves behind marks even the sea can't hide. Burning passage. Some sort of construction was going on in the sandy mountains. As the excavator dug into the mountain wall, something unexpected appeared. A glowing passageway lit up with a fiery orange light. The strange part, there was no fire, no lights, nothing around to cause that glow. Some thought it could be magma deep in the mountain, but the workers got scared. It looked too unnatural, almost like a hidden door to hell had been uncovered by mistake. Since then, construction has stopped. No one wanted to dig further, fearing it could bring something dangerous to the surface. Eclipse Mark. A group of campers in the woods during the day came across a strange sight. Odd arc-shaped marks were forming on the ground, perfectly curved half-moon shapes. It wasn't something they had seen before. Some thought it could be natural until they realized the shapes lined up with where the eclipse shadows had passed earlier that day. That's when it got creepy. The ground looked like something had scanned it from above. The idea spread fast. Could the solar eclipse have triggered a hidden signal from beyond? Whatever it was, the campers didn't stick around to find out. Split Earth. Some sort of construction and digging was going on in a rocky, deserted area when something terrifying happened. Workers at the site suddenly felt a strange pull beneath their feet, and then came the twist. The ground split open without warning. Yes, you heard that right. Some workers were left on one side, others on the opposite side, stunned and frozen. No one could make sense of it. Possibly it was a sinkhole triggered by underground pressure. Others feared it might be a hidden fault line finally giving way. But a few whispered maybe they had disturbed something that was never meant to be found. Shifting routes. A strange incident took place with a driver. He was heading towards the woods when he saw something odd just above the trees. Curious, he zoomed in with his camera, and that's when it got weird. One of the trees wasn't just swaying with the wind. It was slowly shifting its position, as if it was walking away. That's not possible, right? Trees don't walk, but this one does. Turned out it was known as the walking palm from Ecuador's rainforest. It has roots that grow in the direction of sunlight, while older roots die off, allowing it to move slowly across the forest floor. Over time, it can change its position by several feet, but those who saw it believed there was something mysterious at play. Hair signal.
Yeah, no, it's a thunderstorm.
While visiting Fuerteventura in the Canary Islands back in 2009, a family went for a drive and stopped at a lookout in the mountains. As they wandered around, the woman's hair suddenly stood on end. Sensing something strange, the family started taking photos and then switched to video just in time to catch her hair falling back down. At first, they thought it might be some negative energy linked to the place, but it turned out her hair was reacting to a natural phenomenon.
sekunnit ne laski.
Se on ukkonen.
Niin mä tiedän.
Glowing ball. Somewhere in Europe at a railway station, a passenger came across a sight that was hard to ignore. He saw a glowing blue ball crossing the track, moving slowly and emitting strange sparks. It floated just above the ground, too smooth for any man-made object. As he tried to make sense of it, the ball suddenly sparked toward a nearby light pole, almost like it charged itself through it or absorbed the power. It looked and acted like a UFO. Yes, you heard it right. Then it floated away toward the nearby woods. Maybe it wasn't just passing by, but came to recharge itself, and now it went away. Shadow sphere. In the mountains, hikers were enjoying the peaceful view when they came across a strange, shadowy sphere floating nearby. It wasn't like anything they had ever seen before. Inside the sphere, something seemed to be shifting, like a ball of energy moving around. Curious, they filmed and shared the footage online to get some clues, but no one till date is able to identify it. It could be an otherworldly technology, maybe even something sent to spy on humans. And mountains, being quiet and isolated, seemed like the perfect hiding place for it. Mysterious beam. In March 2025, a CCTV camera in a small Brazilian town captured something no one could explain. Late at night, a strange white and bluish beam appeared on the street, reaching straight down from above. For a moment, it even looked like a figure with an unusual shape standing in the light. The footage quickly spread, leaving everyone, including local authorities, puzzled. Experts later pointed out that such vertical beams aren't common and could suggest a scanning light or teleportation attempt. Many now believe it might have been an extraterrestrial visit, brief, silent, and hidden in plain sight. Maybe that light wasn't just light, it was contact. Sea Screamer. At a park near the seaside at night, visitors came across something terrifying. As they relaxed by the water, they suddenly heard strange screaming noises coming from the sea. Moments later, something massive began moving beneath the surface, creating large ripples and waves. Some people pointed their lights toward the water, hoping to catch a glimpse, but nothing clear was seen. The noise and motion left many shaken. Some believed it could be an otherworldly being or a craft hiding deep in the water. The incident has now been reported to authorities. Let's see how the story unfolds. Sea Veil. Beachgoers near the shore saw something that made them stop and stare. A strange, dark cloud hovered very low, just above the water, almost touching the sea. Clouds don't usually stay that low, especially over water. It looked different, almost like it wasn't a normal cloud, but a UFO disguised as one. Seeing it so close to the sea made many think the sea might be a portal for these beings. This wasn't the first time such a sighting happened either. People who saw it before believe the sea holds more than just fish and waves. Maybe it hides creatures or visitors from another world right beneath its surface. Burning Earth. A camper lost his way in the woods. While searching for a path, he spotted a rocky slope, and something about it felt off. As he got closer, he noticed a long crack running through the rocks. But what gave him goosebumps was the deep red glow coming from inside. It looked like fire was trapped beneath the earth. It seemed he may have stumbled upon a hidden vent of Yellowstone, the world's most dangerous active volcano. If that's true, then lava is already pushing its way up, and if it erupts, the world might not be ready for what follows. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.